Yo, what is going on, guys? Logan here. Today I will be showing all my Cypher setups on all the different maps in Valorant. All these Cypher setups are very good, and I'll show you how to use them. Alright, so if we walk over to the B site, what I like to do when I first get here is place a trip right here. This one's very good for anyone who is jumping out of hookah. They most often get caught in this trip, and if not, the only way they could get around is if they jump here. You can also move it around. Here, so or left, you can get it on the outside. This one's pretty good, because the only way they can shoot it is if they come over here and shoot it like that, or if they go up there. The next thing I like to do is place a trip, or a trap. Come in this corner and look basically here. Get that every time, right? Next thing I like to do is place a trip over here if anyone's coming out long. Then I like to have my cam basically right here. This is like the first setup, right? So if you have like a phantom or something, hide behind this box, check your cam. If they're walking into hookah, they're gonna, you can wait. As soon as they get up, you activate your trap, get off of it, take shots. This cam's also good for watching long. So basically you can play around with these trips, have it there. You could also switch it here if you want, doesn't matter. But another trip that I like to do is right here. So if they're gonna go plant, they get caught by the trip. This long one, this one covering long, likes to get shot a lot. So if you see it's getting shot many rounds, come over here on this and kind of spam click until you get it. It's this one on the ground. So if they're trying to cover sight and go into elbow, they're gonna get caught by the trip. This one's very good. As you go through this over here. This is only if your trips are getting caught here and here. And there, I meant. A few more camps I like to show. I place this one a lot. This one's very popular. You can see this side of hookah and basically all of garden / long, and a bit of elbow. Next cam that I think is really powerful. If that one gets shot and this one gets shot, you could also place one up here if you really want to. This one's a bit harder to see. Sometimes people can't get to it. The camera I like the most is probably this one. You don't see anyone in hookah or long, but if they get onto site, they're most likely not going to look all the way up there. So they could be like this, checking corners. If you're retaking, this is the best cam because they will not see it. You could see them getting into elbow. So if you're coming from CT, if they faked A or they didn't take A and they all teleported, your whole team's coming back. You go right here in this corner, check cam, see if anyone's coming elbow, so then you could get ready for that. Or if anyone's right here, try to tag someone, try to shoot them. I would show some for A Site, but I never play A Site, so I would not be explaining it. So if you want to see, if you want to cover A Site, but I don't know why you would, bind. This map is made for Cypher on B Site. So yeah, I'm gonna move to the next map. Okay, so the next map is Ascent, and we'll be going over the A Site first. Okay, so the first thing I like to do is come up to heaven on A Site. Basically to the edge of this. Look over here until it turns blue around. Like here. Then jump. Click. Now you can see if people are coming out of a main, or if they're coming out of tree / garden. Whatever you call it. Next thing I like to do is come over here and place a trip right here. Now, this one's sort of ideal, but actually place it a bit to the left, like here. So then they can't shoot it if it was right here. The only way they could shoot this trip is if they go right here. They're most likely going to hit it. This one's very good. The next trip I like to place is for cat. If anyone's there, that's just a good trip. I just like to throw a cage just on the ground and play around Gen, so you could watch if they're coming in, peek the corner, try to kill anyone who's going to the button, or if they're trying to take site, you can
cage triggered.
Your cage, shoot them that way. Back to this trip on cat. If this one's getting shot a lot, you can move it down to the ground here, or if that's not working, you move it here. Or same thing to the ground if that one doesn't work for you. Alright, that's pretty much like for the A site. I'll be moving now to the B site. What I like to do is I like to come and mark it. Go up here, place a camera up here. This cam is really good and no one ever sees it. Okay, after placing the cam, I like to have a trip right here. A trip on Speedway with a trap. Cage, I mean. Then I like to play on stairs, looking at the cam. If they get caught in this, that's cool. That's just trying to stop them. If you have a market player, they could shoot at them. If they get through and they're coming over here, they're gonna get hit with this tripwire, and then you can activate your cage. You'll be able to see them through the wall, and you could just shoot with your phantom. Alright, the next set of trips I like to show, I would say that this one pretty much stays here the whole time. If anything, move it to the ground if you have to. The other trip I like, if this one gets shot, because it does usually after a few tries, is this one on the button. So when someone's coming in, they're trying to check corners, trying to do this, go here, and they want to close the door, right? So they try to get in here, and boom, they're gonna get hit with the trip. Okay, if you're playing stairs, it's actually perfect because you could come down here, and if they get hit with that trip right there, you could see them, and then you could just shoot. I actually have a clip of me killing someone with that. I'll show you that right now. One market right now.
I think coming behind us. I'm blind.
This Phoenix right here.
Time. The hunt begins.
Oh my god, the Cypher setup.
Unless it's supposed to.
Spike. Was market.
Blinded.
If that starts getting shot too, then you can move it just down. It's like the classic thing with me. Just like this. Okay, and that's pretty much it for Ascent. I'll be moving to the next map. Okay, so the next map is Haven. I'll be showing A and C site. Okay, the first thing I like to do is actually run up to Heaven, come up to the window of Heaven, to the very edge, and jump onto middle to box. Come over here, just try to get as high as you can with your camera, then jump.
This goes here.
This cam basically gets all of sight, gets short. You can see if anyone's peeking out long. You can see sort of anyone hell, or even on top of this box if an Omen gets up there, or a Jet, or Raze. Next thing I like to do is place a tripwire right here.
Wow, this is a nice spot.
And right here.
Yes, this should do.
So also follow with the cage.
That goes there.
So if you're playing behind this box, you can have your camera. If you see anyone peeking, just wait a second. If they're about to hit the trip, turn on the cage, and then you can shoot. Let me actually show that since I didn't end the game phase. So something like this. Click OK. Turn on
Cage
the cage. And shoot. This is basically the only camera I use on this, other than having one up here or there. Basically, if you get on top of this box, you have a lot of places to place your camera. Other place I like to place a trip, if this one gets shot a lot, move it here. Or on the ground. With this one, either move it to the ground here, or have one here, or on the ground. It's actually very strong if you put a trip here, have a teammate, or even you go here, and then if it gets shot or something, you can just wait, or if they get hit by the trip, then swing the corner and try to get a kill. Alright, So that's pretty much it for the A site on Haven. I would move into the C site. Here I like to place it usually up here because they don't see it when they walk in. The only thing is if they come garage, then they do see it. This one I actually just don't have a good cam spot really. I mean, I place it anywhere. I think is pretty good. One good one is actually here. So that you could just tag the planner, and it's very hidden. It gives pretty good info. You just don't see anyone to the right of here. My second trip I would have maybe here, followed by a cage. So if they're coming up, if you see them coming up, you jiggle it, you see them.
Cage trigger.
Activate the cage. Take shots through. So yeah. I don't normally play C. I would say play A would be the best option. So yeah, that wraps it up for Haven. I'll be moving on to the next map. Okay, so the next map is split. I will be showing the B site and the A site. I would say play B because that is Cypher's like main place to play, but A is definitely doable. And I have a setup for that too. Okay, so first I will be showing the B site, and you come up to Heaven, place a trip right here. For anyone that is coming from mid into male and then up to Heaven. Next thing is come over to rafters, jump on this box, get to the corner. There you go. Have your camera out, have it on this window as high as you can until it turns red, but they go back to blue. Then jump and click. This will give you the God Cypher camera that everyone uses. It's really good. It's really good because you can see into garage or B main, whatever you call it, and also Heaven if they're in male and they're about to hit the trip. It's very good. Next, jump down here, and you could either place a tripwire here, but it's very easy because they do see it and they can easily shoot it. Same with this one, but this one's a bit more hidden. Since the new update, this one is harder to use because they could see it now. In the past, they didn't. If you come right next to this box around like here on this cross. So if you go on this line right here, just stand on top of it, over crouch. Boom. The thing that can destroy this is like a raised boom bod. So if they do have a raise, I would not use this. I would just use the one like here. But this one's also very good because they're trying to see something, they're trying to peek, and then boom, they're gonna get caught by the trip. So let's say if you have trip here, the one way that a lot of Cyphers use, let me buy a phantom real quick, oops, is you come up to this door, you look to the right, you look up, you put your crosshair basically right here, and you just throw your trip. It's a cage, my bad. Then play behind a pillar, go on your camera. If you see them walking up and they're about to hit the trip, you activate, and boom, Cypher walk by. This should be very easy for getting kills.
Cage triggered.
Alright, that's pretty much it for the B site. I'll be moving to the A site. Alright, now as we're on the A site, what I like to do is I like to come up to Heaven, place a trip basically right here. So if they're coming into they're trying to get to Heaven, I mean they could just shoot it, but they're trying to clear corners here. Maybe it's a fast rush and boom, they're gonna get caught by the trip. You're playing Heaven if you want, or have a teammate play there. Next thing, come to rafters, place a camera. So right here, you could actually see all the way over here. I'm trying to get my mouse there. You can see into a main or a lobby if they're coming in, if they're crossing. And this also gets a lot of sight. And if anyone's plays Hell, you can see them enter there. Another trip I like to put is just right here. Cypher, you could play pretty much anywhere. You could change it up. You definitely do want to change it up. You play elbow. You come over to screens, play screens. Or just play Heaven off your trip if you want to stay behind this box. And see if you see anyone cross over from a main to ramps. You can get ready. If they hit the trip, don't shoot them. If you need to, you can also have a cage right here, which will help. So if you see anyone actually cross or get hit by the trip, if anyone gets hit by the trip, you definitely want to activate it because they can't see you, but you can see them. So that's very good. Alright, that pretty much wraps it up for Split. We'll be moving to the next map. The next map is Icebox. I'll be showing how you could play A Site and B Site. I wouldn't say Cypher is the best on this map, but if you do have to play him or if you feel like you can play him, then here's a setup. For A Site, I like to come over here and place a trip. Why is it so weird? No, that's not it. Place a trip right there. A lot of people don't really see it until they get close to it. So if they're running fast, they're gonna get hit by it. Especially pistol round, everyone's running around. You're gonna get hit by it. Next one I have to place is over here. And I have a Cypher camera over here. When you're coming onto site, you don't normally see it. So if you're trying to clear corners here, check this corner, right? You're not really going to look up here, so you can kind of watch them walk in and walk over here and get hit by the trip. So where should you play? You could play behind this generator, which I think is pretty good. If you see them about to hit the trip, or if they shoot it, you get ready to shoot. Also just be aware that these people over here, if you see anyone get there, definitely look there to shoot first. If this trip starts getting shot a lot, what I like to do is, like in every other map, I like to move it down. So then they're trying to look for it, but then they're going to get hit by the ground one. If that also gets shot, have one for default. If they're about to plant, if they need to quickly plant, they're going to get caught by the trip. More cam spots you can pair these with is, got this back, whoops. Is, over here. See if anyone comes this way. For this camera, you can see if anyone's coming onto belt. If they get on the zip line, you can see them cross, which is pretty good. Another one is over here on this little thing. This newly updated, whatever is happening over here. Yeah, I put it on this little thing right here, and you can see if they cross from right here. I'll show. You can see if anyone's coming right here at all. Alright, that pretty much wraps it up for the A site on Icebox. I will be moving to the B site. Okay, if you're playing Cypher on B, what to do is have a tripwire on, whoops, on this thing right here. So so you know they're getting into kitchen. If it's broken or if they get caught by it, obviously. Next thing I like to do is come over here and place a camera on this little corner, so you can actually see under a tube. You can see over here. You can see if they're crossing over to yellow or if they're behind yellow or in this corner, which is like the common spots everyone is. Next thing I like to do is have a tripwire here, followed with a cage. So
Cage
if you get into it, you shoot. Actually, the learner one way, you actually hop on top of this green box. So you want to come into this corner. I'm gonna line up your knife, the little knife icon, to that corner, and just throw. So now, if you want to play over here, you see them on cam, they cross.
Cage
Clear
trigger.
cage. Just shoot. Try not to come all the way out here, because then if anyone's in this corner, they can shoot you. But if you're right here, easily you can shoot them. If you do have an extra trip, you don't place that one, you could also place one over here. So if anyone's coming on the side of yellow, they're going to get hit by the trip. Or if they shoot it, then you know that they're there. See, that's pretty much going to wrap up the Cypher setups on all the maps. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. And I'll see you in the next one.
Because the attitude you give me is a little typical. Your body language is becoming invisible, and my physical is sick of all these pitiful attempts for the syllable shit. The way I get it is irrelevant, because it's a definite that either way I'm gonna benefit. Because when I'm in my element, I'm never hesitant, because I'm a specialist with some evidence.